But yeah. I completely forgot what I was gonna say. I had to deal with a technical issue. Gotta love when those occur. Gotta love when those occur. This is what it is. Anyways, rock, paper, scissors if I should drink more. I choose gun. Gun beats everything. Nah, I choose gun. Gun beats everything. Then I choose nuke. That's perfectly fine. I choose nuclear bomb in that case, if riot shield's used. Then I choose God. Ain't no fucking way you blocking God. Oh, I'm fine with this. And if God's a little too far, then Dr. Manhattan. But it's not any fucking better, considering Dr. Manhattan pretty much is a god. So, I know, I'll double check in a moment. In regards to that, the devil is destined to lose according to biblical texts. Like, he's going to lose, according to biblical texts, meaning the devil doesn't beat God. Not unless you're talking about like in the Doom universe where the devil is technically God. Because, you know, Davoth was the creator of the universe. For context, Davoth is the creator of the Doom universe / multiverse, which is a fucking rabbit hole in its own right. And then he fell from grace, or all in all was screwed over by Zeus loses a ton, like a fuck ton. Like, Zeus may be king of the gods of the Greek pantheon, but that's about it. That's all he really got going for him. Especially in the Percy Jackson series, considering she's a vindictive cunt. Apologies for the language. But in the Percy Jackson series, she's just kind of a bitch. If anything... Let's see. Also in lore, she did attempt but failed to kill Zeus, which is to be expected. Well, you suck at this game. Yeah. And any other person that actually has the ability to kill him, which is his, you know, fellow gods in regard to, you know, Hades, especially Hades, considering he governs the life / underworld. He's not the god of death, he's just the god of the dead. There's a big motherfucking difference between the two. Oh, absolutely. Hell, not even Hades. Hades could simply just send, I think it was Thanatos, to straight up go after Zeus, because Thanatos is the god of death. Oh, absolutely. Considering the fact that the afterlife is not exactly, you know, short on people who want to enter it, he's kind of busy. Sup, Mukuro Silverthorn, welcome. We're just talking about random theology shit. But yeah, yeah, and all that good shit. Hades certainly could, in his own way, fucking destroy Zeus. Zeus is absolutely not the strongest, considering Poseidon is the god of the sea and earthquakes. Fun fact, he's actually the god of earthquakes, so that's kind of fun. Hades is the god of the dead, not the god of death, the god of the dead, giving him well, control over the afterlife rather than the act of passing on to the afterlife, which he has an underling known as Thanatos, who is the actual god of death, who realistically could absolutely fucking wreck Zeus. Along with the fact that Hades is also the god of wealth. Like precious gems, jewels, gold, silver, anything of the earth, that's Hades territory. Meaning, he's kind of fucking set. Who the fuck wants to be Zeus? The dude that fucked a cow. That's how the Minotaur was born. Well, not fucked a cow, caused a woman to be fucked by a cow, but that's another story. Well, that was Hera, but at some point I know there was a Hades once cried an iron tooth. Yeah, he's the god of the underworld, the god of the earth. There's both male and female counterparts to each concept. Like with the god of the earth, that's I'm pretty sure Hera, not Hera, the god of the earth is Hades, but the goddess of the earth, or at the very least, the titan of the earth, was, I think it was Gaia. Then there's, I'm pretty sure, I forget the female counterpart to Zeus. There's titans that are the opposite gender, that are the counterpart to certain Olympian gods that are also considered gods in and of themselves. Along, like, it gets kind of complicated when you actually get into the theology and the actual, you know, the mythology of it, of that pantheon. It just gets kind of complicated. Of a tabletop role-playing game, but please continue nerding out. Well, I'm not entirely sure what else I could say, because I could go back and say, well, God can't be beaten by the devil, but if it was the devil from the Doom universe fighting the equivalent of God in that universe, then yeah, he absolutely could, because the creator of that universe, being Davoth, is the Dark Lord, aka the Devil. Welcome, welcome, Demon Dasher. Welcome, welcome. Can you please put your age in chat, please? How the fuck did I not? Actually, I'll probably have to just leave that. Yep, not surprised. Not surprised. But as I was saying, in regards to the devil beating God in the Doom universe, like, you know, Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, Doom 64, Doom 1, Doom 2, Doom 3, that area, the creator of the universe was Davoth, who is known as the Dark Lord. He wasn't originally known as the Dark Lord, he became the Dark Lord because, okay, how the Doom universe with Doom Guy, the Doom Slayer, that whole shebang, came to be is because Davoth created the universe. Then he created a race known as the Makers. They are machine life forms. Because he wanted to give immortality to his creations. But the Makers did figure out the solution, but came to the conclusion that Davoth would be a threat to all existence, and he should not have power over such a thing to be able to give immortality to anything. And then the Makers sealed him in Jakad, which was the first realm he created, which when he found out that he was
it's a beautiful
sealed there,
day on
or that
Pandora.
access to that realm was cut off,
apart from the mechanical Armageddon,
his anger transformed it into a much more recognizable dimension. I think you can guess what dimension it transformed into. Anybody wanna take a guess to the dimension? Any guesses? Anybody? No problem. Well, it transformed from Jakad into hell.
Get lost.
But seeing as he couldn't leave
Phase 1
hell,
is
he
crucial.
in turn decided to take his life sphere, which pretty much just contains him. He didn't have a physical body, but he was, you know, still there. He just didn't have a physical body. But because he was, you know, the creator of all existence, just because he doesn't have a physical body doesn't mean he can't do anything. It just means he can't physically interact with anything. He had his life sphere, the core of his existence, taken to a sanctum in another realm to be stored away. But even without a physical existence, because he's the creator of all things, he was able to influence things. He wasn't able to physically interact, but he was able to influence things. You know, whisper dark secrets, and was able to tempt people like, you know, the devil normally does. Take into account, again, this guy is the creator of the Doom multiverse, because there's more than one universe in the Doom series. But he pretty much didn't have a physical body, but still influenced things and wanted to get revenge upon existence for sealing him away. Which, honestly, I blame the Makers. I'm gonna be 100% honest. In this case, Makers kind of fucked up. Because, yes, they were right that he could be a threat, but he wasn't originally a threat, and he became a threat to all existence because they fucking sealed him away. So I blame the Makers in regards to that. Also, no problem, no problem. So I blame the Makers. Just gonna be 100% honest there. And now the makers, I'm not entirely sure exactly how, I don't remember the exact information. Either way, as the Dark Lord became the Dark Lord, somebody else took his place as sort of the overseer of the multiverse. That guy being known as the Father. Or at least, I think the Father was just a steward to oversee the makers and the life cycle of the makers, because even though they're mechanical, they still have a life cycle. The Father oversaw and pretty much was tied to that life cycle. And pretty much the way it works is that I forget the exact amount of time, but after a certain amount of time passes, a specific maker known as the Con Maker is born. What the Con Maker is an individual or an instance of the makers that contains the consciousness and memories of every single maker that has existed or ever will exist. They have complete and utter authority over the makers because, well, they are every maker in one. And, but they require that the Father, be around. I don't know the exact process that requires the Father, but all in all, without the Father, the Con Maker cannot be replaced, cannot die, and all in all, cannot, undergo transfiguration, which is the term used for its life cycle. And after a certain point in time, the Father fucking disappeared. Like, disappeared. Nobody knows what happened. Well, some people do know, but that's for another time. Pretty much what had occurred was that one of the makers, known as the Seraphim, or one individual known as the Seraphim, had taken the life orb of the Father and taken it to the same place that the Dark Lord's life sphere was taken. And because the life sphere was taken away with no way for the makers to interact with them, the current Con Maker could not be replaced and could not die, and has existed far longer than she should have, causing her to go insane. And like, it gets complicated as fuck, because there's a fuck ton of lore. Because you have to take into account, the makers, the Dark Lord, the Father, the Doomslayer, the multiverse, and like a fuck ton of things. Because there's a ton of shit I could refer to, because, there's the Sentinels, there's the makers, there's the demons, the Dark Lord, the Father. Welcome Hermes, welcome, love the name. Either way, can you please put your age in chat? Thank you. Gotta respect your taste in Greek gods. Hermes is not maybe it may not be the flashiest god, but I still respect Hermes, the god of thieves and travelers, and the messenger of the gods. So I respect it. I think he's also the god of prophecy. I'm pretty sure. I think, or is that Apollo? I think Apollo is. Well, Apollo's the god of multiple things, which is fucking wild to see. But yeah. But yeah. Let's see. I would have to say I prefer Apollo above Hermes, though I still love Hermes. I just find more relatability to Apollo.
Greetings.
Mostly just because my abilities, in regards to that, my abilities revolve around, you know, revolve around music and such, and Apollo is the god of music and poetry, so, you know, it's far easier for me to, you know, find some connection between me and him. Ooh, Hephaestus is still dope as shit. Kind of a joke, to some extent, because he's apparently married to Aphrodite, and Aphrodite's the goddess of love and cheats a fuck ton. Like, Aphrodite cheats on Hephaestus a ton. Like, that's practically what her, you know, what she governs is all about. I feel bad for him. And he's also kind of fucking stupid. Like, I love the fact he's the god of fire, the god of forges, and all in all is, you know, is a craft god, but he's married to fucking Aphrodite. Like, why the fuck would you... Just why? Why? I've only gotten to Greek gods is because the Epic the Musical. I've never even heard of the of Epic the Musical, so I do apologize for that. I got into Greek gods because of, originally I saw a clip of the Percy Jackson movie from a long time ago, because my uncle was watching it, and I got really into it. And then I got into the books because my parents were very sheltering of me at the time. For a long time. Yeah, I didn't get into them until I was in middle school. Which Percy Jackson? The first movie, I think it was. I think it was back when I was in elementary. I will 100% admit I like the movie, but as somebody who also read the books, I'm still fucking pissed, cause the movie fucked up like the story and lore of the series, and it bothers me because I've read not just the first series of Percy Jackson novels, I read the second series, I read the fucking Magnus Chase series, the Kane Chronicles, the fucking Apollo Trials, like a ton of those books built into the same universe, in which there's not just the Greek pantheon, there's also the Egyptian pantheon, there's also the Norse pantheon, there's also the fucking Roman one, there's also potentially Jesus, as hinted in, I think it was Magnus Chase, because apparently Jesus exists in the same fucking universe, like, explain that shit, and potentially even a few other pantheons, so just, yeah. But all in all, I am a little bothered by the fact that Annabeth was explicitly stated to be of a lighter skin tone, but as long as the child actor that is acting as Annabeth does her job correctly, I am perfectly fine. Like, I'm more focused on if they do a good job portraying the character rather than them being accurate. Because, like, let's say we talk about Constantine. Constantine has been repeatedly depicted as being blonde. Like Constantine, from Marvel Comics. Constantine has been depicted as being a blonde, Irish sorcerer. Do you know Hamilton? Hamilton. I feel like I do. He feels very familiar. Is that the, wait. Is that the, is that metal dragon? Is that metal dragon that was built by Hephaestus or something? I feel like that's the metal dragon. No. No, actually, I'm thinking of Festi, or Fest, something Fest, in regards to him. I've never seen Hamilton. I've never seen Hamilton. I've heard of it. Oh. Okay. Wait, the movies or the series? Like, I wanna at the very least confirm which Hermes. Because if Hermes has already been portrayed in the series, I wanna, make sure I'm not, misinterpreting it. But if you're talking about the Hermes from the movies, then that's interesting. So the remake. Okay, I'll check that out to see if, because I will admit, I loved the movies. I am kind of fucking annoyed that they fucked up the movies as much as they did. But hopefully they do what they can. But I'm not exactly going to expect a fucking miracle. I may watch the series to see if they are doing okay with it. Yeah, I'll check it out, because I do want to watch more than just that series. I just hope that they did go with it, because I've read a ton of the material that's canon to the universe of that series. Or at the very least, the material that series is based off of. So I have no interest in, seeing it be poorly portrayed. Or inaccurately portrayed, but as long as it's, like, portrayed with high enough quality, then I'll be satisfied to some extent. Get mad at them for changing procedures. Yeah, I know. Like, again, I care more about whether or not he's accurately portrayed, rather than he's accurate. As in, like, as long as the acting is good, I don't give a damn. Like, if the acting's not good, then I'm going to at the very least care, because, because you're not portraying the character good enough to be able to get away with changing the look of the character. And if that's the case, then why are you calling it what you claim it to be? Like, I do hope that at the very least, even if it's not good now, that it's good enough, and that the actors that are portraying the characters actually, you know, study the material and properly portray, you know, the media. Because, again, as I've read it since the very beginning, from the first book. I haven't read some of the more recent books, but I've read a lot of the books. Certainly there's a little bit too much teen romance for my taste nowadays. Back when I was younger, I was satisfied and I adored it, but nowadays I'm like, there's probably a little too much. But that's what happens when you are a teenage book author that's writing books that are meant for teenagers who think with their sexual organs rather than their actual brains. So, well, fucking obviously. Technically, some of that is not even shipping because, well, it's already the case in the books because Annabeth gets with Percy. Grover already gets with somebody. I'm pretty sure he gets with a fucking Nereid. And like, there's a fuck ton of else I could, like, spoil. Like, there's already canonical couples that get together. Period. End of story. And if they fuck that up, so help me God, I will lose my shit. Like, if they change the couples that are already canonically set on paper by the author, I will lose my shit. I will not care. Because again, it's already been built into the entirety of the series from the start. More recent books take that canonical couple shit into account and make it part of it. Meaning if they fuck it up, they're fucking up more than just one thing. They're fucking up the canonical story of the entire fucking series. Someone else, but that's not in the movie, it's just a fan. Well, then the fan base is going to be severely disappointed. Because Percy's already canonically with somebody. Hell, Percy, even if Percy wasn't with Annabeth, there's a fuck ton of other characters that Percy could have been with. Like, because Percy nearly got with a fucking Titan. Deadass, he nearly got with a Titan. Like, the same kind of entity that the goddess of the earth Gaia is, and Kronos is, and all that. Like, Deadass nearly got with one of them. Nearly got with Nico, not that he wanted to be with Nico, but Nico, the son of Hades, wanted to get with him. And I'm gonna be 100% honest, the fact they made Nico gay in the books just came out of nowhere. Like, I'm not against the idea of Nico being gay, more so just how fucking suddenly it occurs, because there's almost no discussion in regards to his, you know, relationship status. He isn't shipped with anybody, like, beforehand. He's like, consistently kept as, like, very vague. And it's at a certain point in the series that it just comes out like, oh my god, Nico's gay. Like, I'm not saying that it's bad for there to be, you know, homosexual characters, but you kinda can't just do it out of nowhere. Like, you can't, like, it wouldn't be any different if you just put him together with a fucking girl. Like, you have to make the romance work if you intend for that person to be with somebody. Like, there was romance between Annabeth and Percy because they've been together for a while. They have history together. They know each other, and all in all, they find it amusing that the daughter of the goddess Athena is with the son of Poseidon, because Poseidon and Athena don't exactly have a good relationship with each other. Well, Jake doesn't get with him. I think he does get with somebody, but is not fucking Nico. Actually, I don't remember all that many of the sons of or daughters of Hermes because, well, it's just because, well, if they can't identify what god that demigod is the child of, they just get put into the Hermes cabin. I'm pretty sure Nico gets with a son of Apollo. I forget which one, but he gets with one of them. I'm not mad at the fan base because, again, it's already set in stone. I'm not going to even be mad at the fan base if the ships are like if the canonical couples are changed. I'm going to be mad at the people who fucking changed them. Because, again, I'm not going to be mad at the fan base for liking the idea of certain characters being with some people. And some of them I certainly understand. It's just that if the people who are making the content for the fan base fucking change it, I'm going to have some fucking issues. Because, again, it's already written in stone. You can't really fuck it up. And if you somehow do manage to fuck it up, I'm going to be asking some strongly worded questions to the people who made those decisions to change it.
Did that hurt?
Yeah, because Nico doesn't appear... I don't think he appears until, I think, the 4th book in the first series. And in regards to the older movies by Fox, or 20th century, I think it was 20th Century Fox that made them, they stopped just before he was introduced. Because I think it was either the 3rd movie, not the 3rd movie, the 3rd book or the 4th book in which Nico is introduced. Because it's in the very beginning of one of those books that he is, you know, revealed that he has his sister, Bianca, with him. But Bianca, I think, goes and becomes a huntress of Artemis. Thereby, you know, swearing off relationships and shit, which just sounds like what an emo chick would probably do. But in the end, dies. This is too goddamn complicated. I never saw the comic version of the series. Like, certainly it intrigues me, but it's not interesting enough for me to really give a shit.
Under the new regime, all claptraps will be given liberty, equality, and fraternity.
Because the books do far more than than what can be done with the comic.
Viva la revolution!
No problem. I'm not saying I'll never, like, look at it, but at the very least, I'm hesitant to look at it in a positive light, considering how easily, and more so how common it is for them to fuck it up. Because I'm hesitant to think that Disney is capable of making a good series anymore. So I hope they prove me wrong. No prob, Hermes, no prob. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, didn't think I would actually start ranting about that shit for like a while. Wasn't expecting that, but you learn something new every day. It's been a minute since I actually talked about that. Because, yeah, hey, I read a lot of the books in that universe. I am still kind of salty that they made the Kane Chronicles, but haven't really incorporated that series into the whole Percy Jackson, Heroes of Olympus universe. Even though, like, because the Kanes are never mentioned outside of their own series. They are in their completely own series. Which kind of disappoints me, considering they have the fucking Norse gods, they have the Greek gods, the Roman gods. I'm pretty sure I heard rumors of there being, you know, Mesopotamian gods. There's the Christian God and Jesus, because Thor in Magnus Chase mentions wanting to, I think it was drink or fight Jesus. Along with the idea that people who don't believe in any sort of theology or pantheon disappear from existence. It gets like kind of complicated, because the basic concept surrounding the whole, you know, the whole world of, you know, the Percy Jacksons, the universe that started with Percy Jackson, and expanded to the other pantheons, of course, is just that the basic concept is that any theology and pantheon that has people believing in it will thereby have their gods willed into existence. Well, I'll forego the whole rant I could have continued on. Alright, my dude. I'm not really sure what else I can say, considering most of what I've said, it pretty much covers the entirety of what I could have discussed. Considering, again, the basic concept surrounding them is just, you know, gods can be willed into existence due to the belief of the people in that, you know, world.
Technology. You will be shot. Any great or
that was close. Meaning, like, again, the Egyptian pantheon, the Greek pantheon, the Roman pantheon. Hell, because of the similarities between the Roman pantheon and the Greek pantheon, the gods themselves are affected, because due to the fact that they're pretty much the same, if not the same gods with some slight differences, they themselves are affected. They're not treated as two separate gods, they're treated as the same. Meaning the Greek gods themselves are affected by the beliefs of the people who believe in the Roman version of them. As shown in the in the Heroes of Olympus series. Like there was a ton of like there was a ton of instances in the story where the Greek gods would, you know, sort of glitch out, so to speak, because they were sort of being affected by people who were the child of them and the people who believed in them. And along with the belief that people held in the Roman gods, thereby giving them something akin to like a split personality, so to speak. Because again, the Romans pretty much just copy and pasted the Greek pantheon and gods and only changed very minor things. But yeah. I need to take a breath. Also, I'm going to turn on the AC because it is kind of warm in here. how much? It's 224. God damn it, I fucked it up. Where is it? Where are you, my boo? Where is you? There you is. Much better. Well, I ran out of things I could say in regards to that subject, so I'm not really sure what else to talk about. I could certainly do the rant I did last night to Grado about Minecraft. And now I'm thinking of the meme where it's just the dude grabbing onto a girl's shoulder with his hand, like, being like, seriously, dude. And she's just looking disappointed, and the caption's just like, when I explain the entirety of the Elden Ring lore to a random girl, just fucking, like, just all in all, when you unlock a dude's autism, that picture just fucking summarizes it perfectly. It's hilarious. If I ever get the opportunity to, I want to be able to play Minecraft on PC again. Not Bedrocks. I want to be able to play Minecraft Java. Specifically because Minecraft Java has a fuck ton of content that is free in the form of the mods and mod packs. Specifically, the mod pack I want to be able to play is Greg Tech New Horizons. Because that specific mod pack just scratches my autism, so to speak. And I can say that because I'm almost certainly on the fucking spectrum. Meaning, any person who finds that insulting can shut the fuck up. Like to guess if you are or you are not what?
Not bad.
Certainly a good number of people could certainly be considered autistic due to, you know, various reasonings. Yeah, considering how many times I've hit my head, I'm certainly probably giving brain damage some funny looks, to say the least. But yeah. In regards to Minecraft, as I stated, the reason I want to be on PC is for Minecraft Java, and specifically it's because I want to be able to play the mod pack, Greg Tech New Horizons, because as much as I enjoy Minecraft, I feel like it's not scratching the itch I need scratched anymore. Like, I've beaten the game, the baseline game, enough that it feels boring, and the game is getting updated, yes, but not with fresh enough content that makes me really give a shit. Like, the game's pretty much unchanging to some degree. That does not mean that it's staying the same as bad. It just means for those who want fresh content, you kind of get out of luck, meaning you have to rely on the modders, which is fine if modding the game was available on all platforms. It is not. You have to be on Java to be able to mod it, and I wouldn't be too bothered by it because if the add-ons for Bedrock were good enough, I wouldn't really give a shit. Because then at the very least an alternative would be available, but the quality of the add-ons and the things that they can actually do are lackluster. Certainly there are some ones that certainly at the very least try, and I do mean try in quotation marks, to at the very least emulate the equivalent of a mod pack, be it with a custom world, claiming it's, you know, custom world generation, when you have to play on a specific world for that quote-unquote custom world generation to fucking work, which means it's not custom world generation, it's just a part of the world that's already been, you know, built. So, it is what it is. But as I was stating, the reason I want to play, I forget what it was, Greg Tech New Horizons, there's a few gems, so to speak. There's a few gems. But most of them are just lackluster due to the issues that they have, the fact that you probably are going to experience issues with, you know, stacking them on top of each other. Certainly that's to be expected, but you can't do anything about it because you can't, you know, mod the game to make it work. Meaning you are stuck only using a few add-ons at a time, unless the add-on itself has a bunch of content that is specifically for that, being part of one content. But the issue with that is you can't use content that's already an add-on. You have to make your own custom variation / version of it. Meaning you can't use, like with Waystones, there's a mod for that in Minecraft Java that's used in mod packs all over the fucking CurseForge platform. But with Bedrock, you can't simply just copy the code. You have to use your own code. You have to make your own version of that Waystone, because there's a Waystone add-on. And because you can't simply just use additional content that's already been made, you're kind of shit out of luck if you have any glitches, any issues, any bugs, because you can't mod the game because of the platform. Additionally, even if you could, you can't, because again, you can't utilize content or affect content that's already been produced. You can only make your own version of it. And if you like Minecraft, like, here's what I would tell people if they want to play Minecraft. If you intend to play with multiple people, then get Bedrock. Doesn't matter what platform, just get Bedrock. If you intend to play by yourself or want some modification / add-on something or something to that effect, do not get Bedrock, because Bedrock will be terrible. If you want custom content, or if you want a better single player experience, Java is the way to go. Because if you play Bedrock with the intention of playing single player, yeah, it'll be perfectly fine, but if you want any additional content beyond that, you're going to want to blow your brains out. Java, but you have to set up, but the multiplayer aspect of Java is super... like, multiplayer for Bedrock is far easier and far better. But with Java, you have to set up a... oh, absolutely, it's fucking awesome. But with Java, you have to set up a server, which means you have to have your own server in home, or you have to have a server that you rent. And if you don't, you're fucked out of luck. Meaning you can't like, you know, it's not like you could be on the world and have somebody join. You can't. If there is a way, I fucking don't know how they do it. Because it's just the way the game's coded. If there is a way, I would fucking love to know, because I hope that at the very least that's possible, but realistically you're likely not going to be able to do so. I hope that at the very least, you know, joining somebody's world while they are playing is possible, but that is fucking unlikely. Very, very, very unlikely. Because I've played Java for a while. I do want to be able to actually play Java again. Like, if I had access to a computer, I would probably just be playing Java, just gonna be honest. Like, I wouldn't even be playing any of the innumerable number of other games I have. I remember he was more a pro and died quick while all I did was build up. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, I gotcha. Make sure I get that legendary. I remember being on, I think it was on one of my buddy's worlds. I don't remember exactly.
You think you can stop the claptrap revolution? You can no more control the direction of a mighty river as it flows towards freedom. Unless you built, like, a dam or an irrigation system or something. Nevertheless, you must be stopped. So I brought some old friends out to play.
Get your minutes here.
Blah, blah, blah. When we go up, and he explained why it was a stupid idea. Died, and I was up. Yeah, don't listen to... It was with logical reasoning too, but I decided, yeah. Again, logically speaking, if you base everything purely off of logic rather than experience and logic, you're going to fucking die. So, yeah. He was fucking stupid. Yeah, if most of the time you just need to be out of reach. You don't need to be, you know, down or up specifically. It just needs to be out of reach. And up works because it gets you out of reach of the fucking mobs in question. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta go back to caveman. Sometimes you gotta go Unga to be able to Bunga, so to speak. Sometimes you gotta let the Tism do its thing. Yeah, instincts say instinct shit. So you go and do instinct shit. And you go instinctual, which then works out. Simple as that.
I'm back. Wait, I'm back? Damn it.
Sup, cast? Sup? Sup? Subscribe too much with dumb thinking. Hey, sometimes you gotta go caveman. Sometimes you gotta go Unga Bunga. Sometimes you gotta go stupid. Welcome, welcome, Emo Romeo. Welcome, welcome. Can you please put your age in chat? And they're gone. Two people. Alright, well hopefully I warned him, or at least let him know, or reported him, or whatever else, because they're already gone. Alright. Then do what you need to. Do what you need to do. Just tough it out. Just, you know, grit your teeth. Do what you need to. Hell, I don't like working either, but it makes me money, so I do it anyway. If I can do it, I think you're capable of doing it as well. Just gotta bite the bullet, so to speak. what you can. As somebody who understands that sentiment, as I've wanted to knock the fuck out a few coworkers before, you just gotta, you know, do what you can. No, obviously, you can't promise anything, obviously, but you just gotta do what you can. Again, it's best to, try to see if you can bite that bullet, so to speak. And, resist the urge to some extent. Because, well, at the very least, if you do need to just sort of vent your frustrations and you sort of just have an outlet for that frustration, just hit me up. I'm more than willing to, listen, because trust me, I've been there. I've wanted to knock the lights out of a few people before. Well, not a few, a decent number of people, but that's for me to know the exact number and for you to never find out, because I don't want to reveal it to certain people. Yeah, just do what you can to, at the very least, compromise between, or at the very least, do what you need to be able to, at the very least, not have to deal with them, or deal with something that'll piss you off. Like, just do what you can. Don't, do what you can't. Do what you can. Specifically what you can. And... oh, no, not you. Trust me. I wouldn't be playing coy with you. I'd be very much honest. You haven't done anything to actually, like, make me want to, knock you the fuck out. But there are people on the platform that I do want to clock the fuck out. Partially out of genuine frustration and anger, and partially because I consider them to be fucking retarded. But again, I'll forego any specifics.
Managed to make possible what my team thought impossible. Way to capitalize on lowered expectations. Head back here so we can execute phase 2 of Operation Trap, Clap, Trap, Trap.
Yeah, I have shit that's already better than that, so I'm going to ignore all of that. The apartment complex just power washed the outer walls and it's a mess again already. Reminds me of the, reminds me of the fact that, because I used to live in a trailer park, and the trailer park would constantly have, it had this bar that would lower to prevent people from entering without being authorized, and people would constantly break it, like fucking constantly, and they would keep repairing it, and within like 24 hours it would be broken again.
Don't think he likes it.
Which made me always wonder why the fuck they were replacing it when people were constantly, and I mean constantly, breaking the damn thing. Like, it couldn't last 24 hours without being fucking broken. Like, most of the time, like, plus, just, I could certainly list the fucking stupid, like, reason, like, list off the reasons why it was a fucking stupid idea to even remotely implement the bar in the first place. But I'll forego that. Purely just so that way I don't have a fucking stroke. But all in all, just some properties are ran by fucking morons. For A, letting people in that partake in that activity, and B, fucking giving them the opportunity to do so, because they kept repairing the damn thing rather than just fucking leaving it. And trust me, I understand the fucking sentiment, because again, the apartment, the trailer park that I was living in was not exactly, you know, a genius, so to speak. Well, the woman specifically, no, I'm pretty sure that woman probably should have been in fucking prison, considering what she did, because of the fraud that she committed. But yet she was in charge of one trailer park, and then I can tell birds, or if the upstairs neighbors dumped something off about. I'd give it a 50-50. Yeah, I'd give it a 50-50.
First aid kit. You won't regret it.
Welcome, welcome, Phelan. Welcome. I just was quieting down. It's just on the wall, so it has to be through the floorboards. Thank you for the stars. Thank you for that. Is there anything you want to talk about or ask right now? We have about half an hour, maybe 40 minutes till I end the stream. Should have been here earlier, considering the stuff I was fucking ranting about. Because I was ranting about a few things. It was honestly kind of funny, in hindsight. Although I never finished one of the rants, so I'm just going to continue that rant for the sake of having something, you know, to listen to. The reason that, as I stated, I wanted to be on Java was because of that specific mod pack that I mentioned, that being, you know, the mod pack known as GregTech New Horizons. The things that you can do in GregTech include being able to go to alternate dimensions, to be able to go to different planets, as in you can go to fucking space in Minecraft, which was one of the things I've wanted to be able to do since I watched Caveman Films' parody music video for Wrecking Ball, known as And Then the Freaking Creepers Came. Yeah, I've always wanted to be able to go to space, and the fact that there's a mod that legitimately allows you to go to a ton of planets makes me really, really excited. Because I love the idea of being able to go to space. I'm a fucking space nerd. Huge space nerd. Huge space nerd. So to be able to actually be able to go to space practically makes me cream my pants. Like, that's the best way I can explain it without being too vulgar. And on top of that, it makes the game more difficult, and all in all, doesn't make it a complete cakewalk to just breeze through. Because I've beaten the game more than once, and the base game doesn't change enough, consistently enough, to be able to keep the game fresh. Making the game very boring if you know how to play the game too much. Certainly, they need to update the end. The end is very, very basic. Like maybe some new biomes in the end would be nice. Like with the end add-ons that affect the game.
So big.
Hey, Grido. But yeah, and it's awesome that, for context, Grido, I'm redoing the rant I did to you last night while you were trying to fall asleep. And I love modding, the modding community for Minecraft on PC, specifically the Java area of it. 'Cause all that content is extremely high quality, and it's free. Like, yeah, they certainly get funded by, you know, donations and all that, but it's free content. And it's good content, like really, really good. Which is astonishing to acknowledge in hindsight, considering how high quality that shit is. Which makes me appreciate it, because the people, because it's not like it's just one mod pack doing it. The entire community is based off the idea that you don't pay for anything in regards to the modding, which is awesome because of what the mods allow you to do. They allow you to completely change the game in its entirety. There's mod packs, which are collections of mods. For context, mod packs are just packs, aka collections of mods that are, you know, bundled together and are, you know, edited to go or create a specific experience. Along with that, they tend to contain mods that are used in several other mod packs, making it so that way if you happen to play one mod pack, you've certainly played. If you play a different mod pack, you'll certainly be familiar enough with it. Making it so that way you're not completely out of your depth. Certainly, it'll still be somewhat new to you, but the basic concepts, if you've ever played a specific mod pack or any mod pack, certain content will be familiar enough with you that you could simply just transfer that, you know, that memory and experience over. God damn it. God damn it. Okay. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Okay.
Make sure you're packing.
Just trying to breathe. But yeah. And there's a ton I can talk about in regards to Minecraft, like the modding community. The fact that some content, like specifically the pistons, that are huge. I will. I was hiccuping. I was just hiccuping. Thankfully, I've had hiccups enough that, you know, it's easy to get rid of them. It's just fucking annoying when they occur because they come out of nowhere. But yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I mentioned this to Godot last night, but supposedly for a little bit there was a huge amount of, you know, fanfare over the fact that the creator of Minecraft, being Notch, he wasn't the only creator, but he was the biggest person in regards to that, the creation of Minecraft, is or was working on a sequel to Minecraft. Though, well, the equivalent of a sequel to Minecraft, that was being nicknamed Minecraft 2. Which I do hope he does do, because it would be interesting to see, but I don't really think you can, you know, make a sequel to Minecraft. Minecraft is perfect as it is. Like, the game was good enough baseline that, honestly, the modding community is doing more than the actual company behind it. Like, most of the time, people are playing mods on Java, and I'm certain that that would be the case if Bedrock was able to be modded. But all in all, the content, most of the time, if there are content changes to the game, it's typically done by mods. Meaning all that the developers of Minecraft really need to do to keep it, you know, fresh or at the very least to keep it accessible, would be to simply just update what the game can physically do, and to make it easier to mod. Now I had 3 chickens attempting to charge me. Could be worse. Could be roosters. Or geese, which is kind of terrifying. But all Mojang really needs to do to be successful is just leave the community alone and make sure the game is as easy as possible to mod and to make the engine the game sits in as capable as possible.
Using a nearby factory to rebuild and refit their own claptraps.
Yeah, I'm hesitant to believe that, but I'll end the YouTube stream here. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. I'll see you all later.